Handcuffed to the masses, guys. We are back again for another one on this channel. What I only missed Mystelics Reacts channel, guys. We are back again with it. You don't know, say easy 1 to 10. You know, guys, you know I like to say that already. No doubt about it. I like to say that because we big it up the masses. And with that said, guys, round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned into yet another Mystelics reaction video right there and then. Now, guys, 2 people actually sent me this video in this regard, and I figured, hey, might as well react to it since a number of persons have been sending it to me. 2 people, a number of persons, I guess 2 people, one an email and of course one on the SAP. So I decided, you know what, let me take a look at this. I watched a bit of it. I didn't see the full thing, but I'm deciding to bring it along with you guys as well. I'm bringing on, bring the family, man. Bring the Mystelics family with me one time. Oh, you mean, of course. Anyways, guys, we're gonna check it out right there. So let us get right into it right there. This is a channel entitled Crafted Travel Company. I'll actually post this video in the description below if you guys want to check it out. And let us get into it right there.
I'm curious if you can relate to this. When I tend to travel, I tend to go to places that I know a lot about.
By the way, the title is How a Trip to Dominica Obliterated. Oh, that is a very strong word. Obliterated my worldview.
I've heard of before that are very popular, so that it is a controlled, predictable experience. Seldom do I go to places that might challenge me, that might maybe even scare me a little bit, or might push me in some way. But
I think on the basis when you travel to different places, that's what you're looking for. You don't want to just go and see the normal thing, man. I think that is why Dominica is pretty much unique in this regard. But she's gonna be talking about that right there.
Every once in a blue moon, I get pushed. And I say pushed because they're not places that I typically would choose for myself, but they happen to me. For instance, I was on a cruise and it happened to be one of the ports that I otherwise wouldn't have chosen for myself. Or through work, I had to go to a certain location because it was work and I didn't have any other choice. So on those occasions when I'm pushed a little bit into places I don't normally choose for myself, I found that those are the places that make the deepest impact on me.
True, I agree that. Sometimes I ended up in places that I never thought I would be. And this place has pretty much changed my life, man. It changed my life, the way of understanding. This is why I always encourage individuals out there to go out there and travel. Especially people in Dominica who apparently don't know nothing about travel. Go out them. Take a fishing boat, my goodness. Go Guadeloupe. Go Guadeloupe, go Marigaland, go to the Saints. I think there's some sort of thing coming up where individuals get to travel to go and do some shopping in the Saints. Go and do a little, well, it's a Rona now, so I don't know if you want to go there. But guys, go out there, man, and viva a little, man. Viva la vida loca.
They changed my life in special ways I never predicted and make an imprint in my mind. They're memorable, whereas a lot of the predictable places, they kind of fade away over time.
They fade away. What changes? You see, when you're accustomed to something, and then you meet something different, that is what the impact is. Kind of like when you meet people, guys. You meet people who are just boring people, but then you meet that one specific person. People normally say it's about me. When you meet that one specific person, you will always remember that person based off the way that that person make you feel. Well, in this case right there is a place.
On travel. So if you've seen my recent videos, you know I just got back from a brand new Enchanted Princess cruise to the Caribbean. And
this was she just posted this on November 28th. That was last month.
In it, we went to the big name islands such as St. Thomas and Aruba.
Big name islands, not big islands, you know, guys. Big name islands.
And Curacao, but
these islands are very small.
In between that, we went to the small Rainforest island nation of Dominica.
But Dominica bigger than all the other countries you call there. But you call them big name, and then you're talking about Dominica as this small island, as if Dominica is smaller than St. Thomas. That's interesting, eh?
Now, I knew nothing about Dominica, and it just seemed like it was going to be the stop between the places that I really wanted to see. So when I got up that morning, when we arrived in Dominica...
Sorry for pausing so much, guys, but I wonder what exactly... are the marketing individuals? What are they doing? The promoters of Dominica, the advertisers, what are they doing? Because it's clear that people passing there and they're checking, okay, maybe they don't have, they absolutely no idea what is Dominica. Come on, they're failing me.
I didn't really have any expectations. I just kind of wanted to get through the day. Getting off the ship, it kind of reinforced it. It's a gorgeous island, but when we walked into the port, it was cordoned off by a bunch of shipping containers because of COVID restrictions. They didn't allow you off the ship unless you were on an excursion through the ship. You weren't allowed to just get off and go wander around. We went up and we met our excursion director.
That is definitely Emerald Pool, I think. Yeah.
Us got together and we loaded into a kind of a narrow van. We were kind of sitting in there waiting until everybody else arrived so that we could take off on this full day long excursion. The roads in Dominica are very narrow, mostly just 2 lanes, oftentimes just one where only one car can fit. And as we were driving up to our first destination, which was near at the top of one of the mountains, it is a lot of switchbacks and curves and winding. And
If you guys listen to the Mystelics vlog where I had my grand aunt with me and I was taking her to Scottshead, she was saying the exact same thing, man. She said she just came from Dominica, zigzag, zigzag. She going to zigzag, zigzag. And this lady saying the same thing too. Why are we making all these windy roads in Dominica? What about straight roads? Are we enemies with straight roads? Can we not put straight roads out there? All right.
Our driver would drive super fast and then hit the brake and go around. And it was definitely an interesting car ride.
When people talk about super fast, it doesn't mean it's really fast. Well, in accordance to America does drive fast. America does drive fast, but they road straight. So I think it's on the bending roads that kind of make people fupa. But when you're accustomed to something, you're accustomed to something. So
the people behind us kept going,
roller coaster.
The whole time and complaining. The people in front of us would make comments about the driving to the point that the driver actually had to say, look, I know what I'm doing.
Of
you
course.
just need to relax and sit back. I will get you to where you need to go. So
the man probably checking he have a number of people to go and pick up more money to make, man. I'm just saying. But yeah, really and truly, I mean, come on. It's not a thing. Come on. The roads are winding, we know. But, you know, when you're accustomed, you're accustomed.
On this journey, it was about 30 to 45 minutes of switchbacks and the from the back,
Coney Island,
complaining from the front. Let's just say my outlook on the island wasn't much better, and I didn't have a lot of high hopes of what might be happening that day. So we got up to the first destination and got out into the parking lot, which was in a rainforest, which is a gorgeous rainforest, but it was just had a little sales kiosk where they were selling some different things, and then a little welcome center that had some exhibits, and then you look off in the distance and there's this winding path deep into the forest. We started off on this path and I started to hear the birds chirping, and there's that deep tropical bird sound that kind of echoes through the forest.
It goes into your soul, man. When you hear that tweeting, you must heal. Just walking, just must heal. The oxygen content and the birds tweeting and whatnot. You must heal, brothers and sisters. You a little stressed. The walking might make you a little stressed though, because it's long, but while you're going through, you get rejuvenated, man, by Mother Nature.
And then you smelled some of those tropical flowers, and it cools off, and we start winding down this path. And I start thinking, oh, this might be something kind of cool. And I start lightening up a little bit and not being so negative.
You see, you have to go through the grind before you get to the glory. The grind to the glory. Hallelujah.
What it is that I was going to experience. So we wind through the forest and we finally come upon the destination, and it unveils this gorgeous waterfall and what's called the Emerald Pool. And as you can see, it is just absolutely just breathtaking. And so a few of us went ahead and got into the water and played in the waterfall, and a couple people even climbed up on the waterfall
and jumped in.
Loads of picture opportunities, loads of beauty everywhere you were. The water was cool, so it was nice and refreshing.
It is more refreshing when you see it's extremely hot in Dominica, guys. Woo! And you go and touch that Emerald Pool. But if you see it's on a cold and you go in the Emerald Pool, the best thing for you to do is to go in the sulfur spa afterwards. That is breathtaking. Trust your word, you know. Those of you who are part of the Mystelics membership vlog, you know exactly what I'm talking about right there. Because you see me and the videos that I make.
It was fun. It was lighthearted, and it helped change that mood of the grumpy passengers into, oh, this is kind of cool. After we were done, we went back up to the parking lot.
You mean you didn't go under the waterfall and take a nice little beating under the waterfall, a nice little massage? Come on, man.
Put it into the vans and then drove all the way down those winding roads back to the sea for our next stop. On the way down, there was the from the back seat, and there was the from the front seat. A couple of the passengers started to get car sick because of the winding. So then
I remember one time I came down from States when I was 12 or something like that, guys. And I remember on the winding roads, man. Oh my goodness. I remember that very clearly. And I was going to puke. I didn't puke. I don't think I puked. But the roads had me in a frenzy, man. And I was in the middle hour. They had to put me on the edge for me to get the cool breeze. The cool breeze I lick, man.
We're back into that negative space, and okay, well, what are we doing next? We keep driving down to the sea, and on the way we drive through Rousseau, which is their main city, their capital city in Dominica. And Rousseau is so different from the cities I'm used to. You have to remember, they are an island nation that was fought over by the British and the French, and there were slaves that escaped and learned how to live in the rainforest, and then were able to make a life for themselves and develop this island nation. They also are a rainforest that is in the path of literally every hurricane that comes through the Caribbean, so they've learned to construct their houses.
Like a washing machine vibe, man. Not, you know, when the sun comes out, you rinse out and you dry. Resilience.
To withstand the pressures of the hurricanes and to thrive and to make a good life for themselves.
Okay,
driving through it, it was very different, and it was very easy to try to think that where I live is better. I'm ashamed that I thought those things, but I admit that that's some of the thoughts that were going through my mind. So we finally get to our location for our next stop, and this is snorkeling in the Champagne Reefs. And so we get there, we get all of our gear, equipment, we get, you know, put everything on, get our suits on, and we start wading into the water. And I noticed as I was wading into the water, I looked up and I could see the beautiful rainforest right against the edge of the crystal turquoise clear waters. It was so beautiful and so amazing. And then our guides got in the water with us, and I have to give props to the guides because they had to wrangle in what must have been about 30 people, 30 mostly Americans, mostly what you would think of as typical American tourists. Our guides were excellent because they were able to corral us all, help us to have a great experience, and make sure none of us drowned.
And you know Americans' opinionated, right?
Could have been a very real possibility. But anyway, we swam through this clear water and came upon the Champagne Reefs. It is thermal activity under the water, and so the bubbles come up through the water, and when you look at it in just the right way, it looks like crystals.
Gas is coming out from the ground.
In the water. And then there's abundance of life. There was one area that looked like it was almost an underwater forest. It was green, like it had moss on it underwater. It was really cool and really interesting.
I've never done that before, guys. That's something I want to do for the Mystelics membership vlog as well.
I did an excellent job of pointing things out and helping it to be really interactive, and like I said, corralling us, and it was just a really neat thing. And once again, spirits were lifted and we had a great time. And so we loaded back.
So it seems like when you at the sites, spirits are lifted, but while you're traveling to the sites, spirits are down. So it's an interesting thing.
In the van, and we drive up to a little B&B for lunch. It is actually a very beautiful B&B and has a beautiful view over the city, and it was delicious. It was amazing. I tried everything there and had a beautiful view for our lunch. Then after lunch, we're starting to get a little tired because this is an 8-hour tour, and so by now we're on, must have been hour 4 maybe, and we're told we're going to go to the highest peak on the island. And so we started driving up, again, windy roads, 1-lane roads. We were driving, and all of a sudden we just pull over to the side of the road because there's this amazing view.
Yep. Guys, one thing, Dominica's view is spectacular. I mean, the Caribbean islands pretty much have the same view that Dominica does, but from the mountainous, the mountain regions to the rivers below, brothers and sisters, you stand up on the mountain and you're just looking at that beauty, God's marvelous creation. Brothers and sisters, I remember, I know for myself, I remember standing up on Pay Bush, right on top of the mountain. Boy, you mad. But look how viewy. I remember being in freshwater lake when we was going up and we looking straight across Dominica, the middle of Dominica. Boy, that is a, boy, what have you? Boy, what have you?
Once again, you're reminded of how absolutely gorgeous this island is. The tour guide is offering history about the island and telling us more. And as we're learning these stories, you look up and you see their streetlights have little wind turbines on the top. And then you look and you see how there's a pipe leading down from the waterfalls down.
Yep, the big pipe.
And you hear about the hydroelectric power that they use.
Here we are, that now? Oh yeah, that's true. Does that? Yeah. But it's not as prominent.
So resourceful in using the rainforest.
But I think we can do more than that in Dominica, guys. We can do more than that. We can make dams in Dominica to protect the river and still have hydro turbines at the base of the dams, so that when the water comes through, it keeps turning the turbines and electricity for all. Cheap, everybody pay a fixed rate or something like that instead of having to pay for electric bill from oil and gas and all this kind of something. They just put in oil to keep turbine turning. When we actually have it, solar energy, we can put a set of solar on top of a mountain somewhere in the region where there's always sun, and then transfer this stuff out to the rest and maintain that nature, you know, instead of having a set of oil and stuff coming in and oil prices and gas prices keep rising, brothers and sisters. Dominic don't know what to do when everybody just pay one fixed rate. Magwesa, if everybody just pay say $75, everybody pay $75. That is millions of dollars for all you. Maintenance coming through all kind of things, but we don't. Anyways, let's continue.
And what they've been given as far as their natural resource.
Guys, if I was prime minister, that is exactly what I would look into. Really, truly, that is exactly what I'd look into. Solar power, hydro power, those kind of things there that can save a little money while creating jobs for people at the same time.
And what they have
they're looking into geothermal. Let me leave that alone.
Available to create this thriving, amazing society. And it just helps you to see the beauty in that and juxtapose that against what you think is not ideal living conditions and start to realize that is not the case at all. That is not at all the case. This is just how they've adapted. It's different from what I'm used to, but by no means is it less than or worse than.
We are the nature island of the Caribbean, and that's one of the things that we have to promote more. Instead of always buying oils and this kind of things, the gas prices going up. I mean, petrol, come on, man. We are the nature isle. She's right. She says see certain things. If she knew about a little deeper, she realizes it's pretty much the same thing. They use oils and stuff and whatnot for thing. But we can actually we can come on, guys. Come on.
And so I'm starting to get these inklings, but I still have the in the back and the complaining in the front. So you go back.
Yeah. So we're listening to all you. We have to make straighter roads in that Dominica there. We have to make straighter roads in that Dominica. All you do it for Picard. All you can do it for the rest. All you do it for Kepingski. The road there was a little interesting, you know, before. It was not straight as it is now. So we can do a little something, people. Why you saying Scarrow?
Back to that same place where you think you're better. So we finally get up to the highest point, which is Trafalgar Falls. And it's very similar to when we went to the first stop, selling some souvenirs.
Emerald Pool. That's why I was kind of confused because of this thing right there.
On the side, there's a welcome center, a little exhibition of the area. And so we get out, and again, there's a winding trail through
the filmmakers who came down to Dominica, who were talking about coffee and whatnot in Dominica. That video is still up, right, guys? So you can definitely check it out right there. When they came down and they saw my videos and stuff, and we linked up. We went to KFC and everything like that. But anyways, guys, you can definitely check that out. If you want to see that, definitely leave a comment in the comment box below. And I'll link that for you. Actually went there.
Forest, but this time it's uphill. So after you wind through and you get to the very, very top, you see the most amazing waterfalls that I've seen in my life. They call these the Mama Waterfall, Papa Waterfall, and the Baby Waterfall. The Papa is 75 feet, Mama's 25 feet, and then what comes together in the middle is the Baby Waterfall. And it is just jaw-droppingly.
Nature tells you something, eh? The mom and the papa come together and bring forth the baby. Ah, hallelujah.
Gorgeous. And so we're all taking photos and looking around and just taking in the beauty of the...
Actually did the aerial shot of this right there.
The area. And by this time, we're 6 hours into the trip, give or take, and then it's time to get back into the vans. And by this time, even I was like, you know, it's been a long day. I'd really love to just get back to the ship and just rest. I'm just getting tired, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful, but I'm kind of done. And that seemed to be the mood of most of the passengers. So we pile back into the van, and yes, once again, we are driving to the next destination, which thankfully is only about 10 minutes away, but still there's the in the back, and the complaining in the front, and the car sick person.
I'm guessing.
And so we're right back into that same place again. We wind up to the next destination. We cross this narrow, literally can barely fit a car bridge and park, and then we get out, and it's a rainforest, so it's still pretty and it's still gorgeous, but you see this dark hole and water.
I know that.
That's all you see. You don't see anything beyond that. So you're looking at...
Boy, you man, guys, I remember I give only the story. We almost dropped inside there. My co-workers and I, we decided to follow white people going inside there. And we almost dropped inside there. Boy, you man. Thank God, God bring two stones together. We were able to rest ourselves. Boy, that was something else.
At it. And they say, okay, get out, put on these life jackets, and jump in this cold water. We're like, why? What are we doing? And honestly, I thought about not doing it. I was like, I'm just tired. I just want to go home. But finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm here to experience.
You're here,
so let's
exactly.
Just do it. So we put it on, we jump in this cold water, and we're just standing there going, okay, what the hell is happening right now?
Down there,
like, okay, follow us.
Inside there, it's an adventure. Ooh, we have to go back there. We have to go back there, okay?
It's gonna
The Mystelics vlog family, all you know, we have to go back inside there.
Some swimming, and so we start swimming through this dark, almost like looking like a cave kind of a thing, and you swim through the hole, and it was the most amazing, magical thing I can ever imagine. When you get in, it's this black rock.
By the way, this is where Pirates of the Caribbean came and did their thing as well.
That is pretty high, but you could still see the sky, and you could see the rainforest above you, and the water is deep and dark and cool, and you wind through these canyons, and it's so amazing. And if I was by myself, I'd probably be terrified, but because we're in a group, it actually was a really cool experience, and you weren't afraid. And you wind back in, and you go to this little area where they show you Pirates of the Caribbean was actually taped here, and they show where the cameras were mounted to the wall, and they show where Orlando Bloom jumped into the water to hide from the Indians. And it's just incredible, and you're looking around and taking pictures, and it's just the coolest thing. And then they say, come on, we have more to go.
Waterfall,
and so you keep swimming, and all of a sudden you come upon this amazing waterfall that actually carved this water into these rocks. And so we got to climb up and play in the waterfall, and then get the...
Imagine, guys, this water carved these rocks, you know. Carved these rocks for it to be this way. This was a full rock, brothers and sisters. Full rock. The water carved. Carve it, man.
Back in the water. We wind back through and we get back out, and everybody is just on top of the world. Everybody is so excited because this experience was so cool. So we get back in the van. They pull a little ways ahead and they're like, rum punch time.
Guys, I'm posting it right there so you guys can actually check out the channel right there, guys. I'll post that link in the description below for you guys. I think it's rather interesting what she has to say, especially when it comes down to the experience and the driving through the experience. I think that is something that we can actually learn from when it comes down to individuals who give these kind of stories. Thanks to the two individuals who sent this for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up for her. And of course, definitely check out her channel. But she's very... what she says has a lot of weight in terms of going to one destination, enjoying it, but the drive to it is kind of little... thing. But I think the drive also can be another experience as well. I've been on these drives going a number of places, especially when we were doing the summer series and whatnot on the Mystelics membership vlog. You guys, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And the drive is nice, but the drive is much better when you actually have people who are fun. That's one of the things that we were always looking for, especially when we linked up with different people across Dominica to come on the vibes with us. We always look for people to have fun. We didn't want nobody boring. Or we might get one boring person in there and we'll make sure that that person have fun. So that was the kind of vibes that we were having right there in this regard. So thanks for that video right there. She learned something new. She said it obliterated her worldview. Obliterated. It destroyed her worldview. And therefore she has a newfound view on the world. Traveling is good, guys. Trust me on that one. Traveling is good. I will encourage everybody. Even if you can't go far. You can't go Dubai, you can't go Australia. Don't go Australia right now. But you cannot go far, brothers and sisters. When this whole Rona situation is over, try and travel to different Caribbean islands. Go to St. Lucia. Even St. Lucia gives you a different worldview on different things. Especially when we had a wonderful time in St. Lucia, man. St. Lucia will always be close to the heart. Right there and then. And of course, a number of the persons who actually know me from St. Lucia who follow in the vlogs and stuff. So, yeah, man. Guys, we are about to do some great things for 2022. The app is in progression. We'll see. Hopefully we try to make it for January 1st, and if not, then somewhere in January the app will come out, and of course I'll let you guys know what that is. The individuals that I'm thinking with, they're doing a multiple different apps and so forth and so forth, so it's kind of a thing right there. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up for this lady and changing her worldview. Dominica changed her worldview on this regard. So unfortunate for the windy roads, but like I said before, if you have great people with you, you're talking on the way, you have fun, and that is how it goes. So make sure you have some fun, people. Don't bring some Debbie Downers. I heard a girl said, don't be a Debbie Downer. I was like, what is that? But it sounds like something where you're going down or something. But guys, yeah. Anyways, guys, with that said, definitely check out our video, the rest of that vibes, so you can see about the rum punch part, and of course more of what you have to see right there. And of course, definitely give this video a thumbs up, like I said before, and subscribe and turn on post notifications, guys. There's another video that they sent to me of an African girl, in this one. So I should react to that. We'll see how that goes as time goes by. Anyways, guys, about Mystelics on the Mystelics reaction, guys. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Let me get my lunch.